Hi there, it's 2014 and Style Sans Frontières is back. I'm sorry it's been a while, but like for everyone, December and January have been really crazy. But also, I suppose I've just been a little bit lazy and was trying to get some ideas together of what might be interesting for you guys to see. Um, the end of January was Chinese New Year, and lots of people were coming into the store that I work for to buy presents to give to their family and friends over this period. So I thought, okay, seeing as I have quite an extensive background in China and with the Chinese culture, that maybe I should share with you some of the things that have been given to me when I was in China, or things that were bought for me by people when they were in China as well. I tried to put all these things together in some sort of logical theme, but I failed kind of epically. So please excuse me if it seems a little bit haphazard, but I've done my best. Anyway, to start with, I'm just going to show you the pieces that my mum bought for me the first time that she went to China, Hong Kong specifically. So she went into a store as recommended by some neighbours of ours who used to live in Hong Kong called Shanghai Tang. We'd never heard of it before, but since then we've come to really love it. So it's a high-end clothing brand. It's started by a Chinese guy called David Tang, but it's kind of got it's meant to be Chinese clothes with sort of Western sensibilities. So the thing that she bought me, because it was obviously too expensive to actually buy any clothes for me there, was this cute little teddy bear. So he's wearing a traditional little Chinese hat and sort of, I suppose it's actually a Tai Chi suit rather than anything. Sometimes the scholars would have worn them. But it's all in silk and it's bright pink, and he's got his little Shanghai Tang logo on the back there. So yeah, so he's super cute. From that same trip, she bought me this traditional style jacket. So I love the details of the buttons here, the fastenings. I mean, it's a very cheap silk and a bit sort of stereotypical, more sort of made for the tourist market. But you know, it's I'm just very fond of it because it was my first sort of connection with Chinese fashion, which has become a much larger feature of my life. So the next thing, I suppose, while we're here, is to go to some pieces that were bought by my brother and my mum when my brother was studying in Beijing for sort of 6 months. There's a really cool street in Beijing called Nanluo Guxiang. It's full of bars and sort of boutique or I suppose boutiques in the fashion sense, and really hip designers and things like that. Where they got these things for me, I'm not really sure on the street. It may still be there, it may not be, but I just thought I'd show you how traditional Chinese designs are being used in much more modern ways now, so they're much more relevant and fun and vibrant. So the first one here is this gorgeous dress. It's from the same shop as the next piece. So it's a traditional qipao dress, particularly popular in Shanghai in the 1920s, when Shanghai was referred to as the sort of the Pearl of the Orient, also seen as the Vegas of the East. So again, you've got these traditional style fastenings, but it's just with a much more sort of modern, young print than perhaps would traditionally have been. So they're not made of silk, and because it's not made of silk, it's actually much more breathable and comfortable wear, and is stretchy. So from that same trip, my brother gave me this top. So it's inspired by the qipao dress again, but it's just cut off at the bottom here. So it can be worn as a top. The nice thing about this piece is that you can just wear it either with jeans to kind of make it a bit more funky and sophisticated, or you could wear them with a really nice pair of trousers, or even I found with a sort of formal ball skirt, and then you've had like a really smart sort of contemporary Asian piece to wear. So again, you've got the traditional fastening here, but with some fun butterflies on it and little pearl detailing. Okay, so this next piece is similar to this one I've just shown you. I I got this when I was on my gap year in China, when I was working in Shanghai in a hotel. Um, there was this wonderful, wonderful store called Brocade Country, sorry, and it's in Shanghai. And the idea is that it uses traditional styles, techniques from all over China, and turns them into luxury products which have a much more modern feel. So, like the last piece, this one is a Qipao inspired top, it's velvet with a silk lining, and then you've got pearls here on the edge. At the time, because the job that I had didn't pay me very much, I couldn't really afford to buy this myself. What I did is I checked with my dad, and he sent me the money over so that he could give it to me for my birthday present. This I absolutely adore. So again, you can wear it with a simple pair of jeans or black skinnies, and you have a really nice cocktail type outfit going on. Or again, you can wear it with a second piece of ball skirt, and then you have a really sort of interesting piece to talk about when you go to a sort of black tie or white tie event. On my sort of next significant trip to China, I suppose you could say, which was when I had my year abroad in Nanjing, and my dad came to visit me for Easter. Well, it wasn't really Easter in China, but it was Easter holidays for him here in the UK. And I spent, a lot of time trying to organise his trip with his now wife, organising hotels and train tickets and things like that. So to say thank you, they bought me a couple of pieces. The first one here are these gorgeous shoes. So it's from a little store in Shanghai on Fuzhou Lu, on the end towards the Bund, which is the main river in in Shanghai. And Suzhou cobblers I came across during my gap year, when I was telling you about the time I was working for the hotel. And basically it's a store which has really sort of fun, bright designs and has traditional Asian elements. So like with these shoes, they have a sort of traditional Chinese tassel, which kind of makes it a bit fun. So when you walk, I really enjoy trying to make them swing and things like that. And I just love the brightness of the colours, how it's a bit like a slipper at the front here. But then obviously you've got the bright colours and just the little bit of embellishment, which makes it from a regular heel to something a bit more special. So on that trip as well, my dad's partner, or now wife, was looking for a new string of pearls which she could get strung back in the UK. So we were wandering around all sorts of specialist stores, some of them quite high end, others not so high end. And eventually she found the right shape and colour and everything that she wanted. And obviously being the only one being able to speak Chinese, I had to try and negotiate sort of the size, the length, the number, all these sorts of things with the merchant. Actually, at the same time, I helped a German couple get the right string of pearls they wanted as well. So that was quite fun. Anyway, to say thank you for going through all the efforts to get them restrung and everything like that, my dad bought me this set of twisted pearls. They're very delicate, they're very sweet, fresh water, and the shop assistant who had been selling the pearls to the German couple thanked me so much for my translating from German to Chinese that she gave me the matching set of earrings to go with this necklace for free. So that's a nice story. So for my recent birthday, my brother actually gave me this jade elephant. The great thing about this elephant is that it was actually recovered from a sunken ship. So the Texing was a Chinese merchant ship that was sailing to Indonesia in 1822. The captain tried to take a shortcut through the water and ended up scraping the bottom of the boat and sinking. And the next day, a ship from the East Indian Company came and saved most of the people, the sailors on the ship. But all the pottery and the goods that were being sent to Indonesia were just sunk with the ship. It wasn't until 1999 when I think when a British, that's what it was, a British scuba diver went down and recovered all that was on the ship and all the pottery, but also this little jade elephant, which I'm super fond of, because elephants are my favourite animals. But also the fact that my brother bought it when he was in York, where my dad lives. It kind of seems. I know it seemed like it was meant to be, that I'd studied in China, that it's a Chinese jade piece. My favourite animal is an elephant, and then it was once the pieces had been recovered, this little guy found its way to York, and my brother found it there when he was visiting my dad. So what I decided to do is I just got a simple jump ring from a jeweller near me. It cost me like £2.50 or something. Put the jump ring on the elephant, and I've now attached it to these pearls. The nice thing is I can take the jump ring off and attach it to some other chain should I change my mind, or I just wanted to wear the pearls on their own. But now I have a piece which unites the two men in my family together in one piece of jewellery. So that's that. I suppose the next thing to talk about as a present is another jade piece. I'm actually wearing it today by chance. It's a jade bracelet that my brother bought me when he was on his gap year. He was travelling around China, and he went into this temple, and he bought the bracelet and then got it blessed by some Buddhist monks. This was for my 16th birthday, which he was away for, but he'd seen a family friend while he was out there and asked her to bring it back for me to give on my birthday. I've worn it so much that I've had to get it restrung twice. I mean, there are times where it broke on the train and I was scrambling on my hands and knees to pick up all the pieces. The other time it broke when I was in the hotel lobby somewhere, and again I was on my hands and knees in this very smart hotel trying to get all the pieces because it was just such a precious piece to me. The significance of jade in China goes back a long way. It's seen as a sort of like a love token, is to attract love, particularly if you get a butterfly shape carved out of jade, so it attracts love and things like that. I'm just going to read a little something from the internet because I can't remember exactly. It's meant to be a symbol of successful love because a Chinese legend has it that a youth wandered into the garden of a wealthy mandarin in pursuit of a multicoloured butterfly. Instead of being punished for trespassing, his visit led to marriage with the mandarin's daughter. Today, a jade butterfly symbolises successful love. Well, I haven't got a butterfly and I'm single at the moment, but hey ho, that's not really the point. I suppose I can just say that it's a love token from my brother, which is nice. The other thing that jade symbolises, according to the internet here, is money. It says it creates positive attitude towards money and visualise yourself using money creatively and productively. And it's also seen as a protective stone, guarding against accidents and misfortune. So I suppose it's I can see it as my brother trying to protect me, bring me good fortune, and wishing me a successful and happy life. So the next and sort of last final things for this video anyway are a couple of pieces I got for my 21st. So I was studying in Nanjing, as I said, a few years ago for my degree, and it was actually my 21st out there. There was definitely a theme to the presents that were bought for me. Basically anything that was consumable or to do with teddy bears. So some of my friends from university who were with me out there gave me a goodie bag basically, and it included these things. So it's a really, really silly bear hat. Give me a second, I'll put it on for you. Ooh. Oh, there we go. So it's super warm, it's cute, it was very, very of the city. If you get out of first tier cities like Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, then I found that 5 years ago anyway, that the girls around there, so in their late teens or early 20s, they were very naive in what they wore. So give me a second, the cleaner around here is hoovering and it's really noisy. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay. Where was I? Yes. Oh yeah. They dressed her very naively and very innocently. So it was a lot of teddy bears and animals and sort of childish way of dressing. I don't know whether that's still the same, but yeah. So lots of girls would wear things like this, and I have a huge soft spot for teddy bears. I love them. So my friends thought it was appropriate to give me a silly hat like this. And also it was really cold, so I needed something warmer in November, which is when my birthday is. The other thing they gave me is this scarf. It was a very popular scarf at the time. Um, and yeah, it just goes along with the whole teddy bear theme. It was something useful, it was cute, and yeah, so it's fun. I mean, I'm assuming they're made in China because, I mean, they were everywhere, and it's nothing of the greatest quality, but it's fun, and I've kept them, and I like wearing them now. So yeah, I suppose that's all the pieces I've got to show you, but at least kind of shows you this huge variety of things that you can buy in China. Everything from to the cheaper mass markets stuff to the things over there, which are high end sort of fashion pieces of really really wonderful quality, to the cheap how dresses and tops I was showing you, which were more for sort of not cheap but cheaper, but modern, young and fun, and some of the sort of contemporary design that's coming out in China. So yeah, it's a real blend of East meets West, which is a very common theme now in China. So I hope you found any of that interesting. I'm pretty sure I'll soon be writing actually a full blog post about the necklace that my brother and my dad gave me, which I just showed you. So look out for that. But in the meantime, have fun. I hope you have lots of yummy Chinese food and celebrate with your Chinese friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye.